my name is Tash and welcome back to my channel, Happy Artist. Today's video is going to be about how I make my own pouring medium. So firstly, we need to understand what is pouring medium and why do you need it in acrylic pouring. The pouring medium basically works to thin out the paint that you're using. Firstly, so that it looks like there's so much more paint that you're using. And it also helps with the flow of the paint. You'll notice whether you buy the acrylic paint in tubes or in tubs, it's quite pasty. So you need to obviously be able to thin down that paint so that it can run, like what you've seen in all the other videos. It changes the density of the paint, basically. And depending on what ratio you mix your medium with your paint, you can create cells, you can create different layers with the paint, or it can just pour straight off your canvas. So basically, without pouring medium, you're not going to be able to do an acrylic pour project. So why do I make my own pouring medium when you can just buy it at the store? I don't know about you, but I found that it can be quite expensive, especially when you're starting out. A bottle this size is about 250 mils of pouring medium. This was store-bought. And I noticed that it can be quite expensive. If you're having a look, this bottle cost me about 120 Rand, and I used pretty much all of the medium in my very first project. This is where I started to ask myself, there must be a cheaper way. Maybe not as great for the beginning, but at least it will still work. This is where I found out how you can make your own pouring medium. You'll notice that I've got Mod Podge over here. This Mod Podge is about 250 Rands worth for the litre, and it goes very, very far. The ratio would be 1 part Mod Podge and 2 parts water. So around about here is where I would pour the Mod Podge into. I use a little funnel just to make sure that I don't make too much of a mess. So anybody who is crafty or a bit of a creative, there are different types of Mod Podge. So be careful to make sure that if you're getting glossy or a matte finish, this is probably going to affect your painting a little bit as well. This you can see is gloss, so it does give a slight little sheen to the finished product, but I really like that. Great. Now that I've got all the Mod Podge that I need in here, I then just pour the rest of the water in, and this is just normal tap water. Give it a good mix afterwards. When you use this medium, try and mix it in slowly with the paint. It can be quite runny otherwise, and you'd need to add in more paint to try and get the correct ratio properly. And there you go. Super easy and cost effective. A lot cheaper than having to buy store-bought premium mediums at this point. Let me know if this has helped you and if you've learned anything from it. I definitely made the mistake of buying everything store-bought in the beginning, and it almost made me a little bit despondent to try another painting just because it was going to be so expensive to try one all over again. So, for you watching, yes, you, do you by any chance use a store-based product and you're actually really happy with it? Please do share with us. Otherwise, if you make your own and you have a different recipe, please share that with us as well in the comment section. We'd love to learn. Obviously, I have heard of using Liquitex and Floetrol as a pouring medium as well, an acrylic pouring medium to be more specific. But they are quite expensive, so for me it wasn't something I was looking at starting out with. At this point I was literally just looking for something that a basic beginner could use on a very, very tight budget. Thank you very much for watching. Hi guys, my name is Tash. No, now my name is Tash. Obviously everyone has heard that you can't just pour when you can probably just go and buy it at a store. No, probably not. I found that it can be quite an expensive So what you would need to do ratio wise is, this is 1 litre of Mod Podge and cost around 100 and, no it didn't.